with another exciting video. Now, in this video, quick video, inmate caught with contraband. The contraband that he was caught with, according to this jailer, was marijuana. Now, the defense attorney that you're going to see in this video, he's actually another attorney, the same defense attorney in another court case. In that case was a cop speaking about the hit and run charge, but in this case, same defense attorney representing the alleged criminal, caught, you already in jail, caught with contraband, and the jailer, his accent is kind of tough to understand at times. He's a Nigerian gentleman, and he's been a jailer for 4 years. So he knows what he's dealing with. He knows the in and out of these criminals. They're criminals for a reason. They're in jail for a reason. But think about it. Everybody in jail is innocent. There are some people in jail that's innocent. That's true indeed. We can understand that. But a lot of these folks who say they're innocent, some of them are not innocent, and when they get in jail, they become the criminals that they wanted to be on the outside world, right? So the defense attorney and the defense attorney and the prosecutor, they're going to have their wits back and forth, So it's going to be an interesting trial. That's why I want to share this. But nevertheless, this is Antonio with Team Tiggio. Please like, comment, subscribe. We're going to keep pumping out these videos, and let's dive into the content.
Will be logging in shortly for Thornton.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, we are now live on YouTube. This is Clayton County Magistrate Court preliminary hearing calendar. Today's date is August the 7th, 2024. This is the state of Georgia versus Callahan Palmer, warrant number 2022 CW 53360. All parties are present and have announced ready to proceed. Ms. Pitts, is your case.
Thank you, Your Honor. Please raise your right hand, Officer Ajaka. Oh, I need you to turn your camera, but yes. Please, do you swear and affirm that the testimony that you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please state, you can put your hand down. Please state your name and your agency.
My name is Officer Silas Ajaka, work at Clayton County Prison.
Okay. And how long have you been with Clayton County?
Over 4 years now.
Okay. And what are your general duties?
I work as a correction officer.
Okay. And as a correction officer, what are your duties?
My duty to supervise the inmate and make sure that they don't have no contraband. I check their area, check the inmate to make sure they don't bring no contraband to the prison.
Okay. And on July 3rd of 2022, were you working in your official capacity in the Clayton County prison?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you post-certified?
Yes.
And on July 3rd of 2022, can you give me the address of the prison that you were working at?
I work at Clayton County Prison in Lovejoy.
Okay. Is that located in Clayton County?
Yes.
All right. And on July 3rd at approximately 7:55 p.m., can you please tell the court what made you come into contact with the accused, with Mr. Palmer in this case?
My duty, I can do the check, conduct the check at any time, make sure that inmates don't have no contraband in their possessions. So at this date, I make a check on inmate Palmer's living areas, and I confiscated it was a tissue paper and a wrap with green leafy substance, and it was tested positive for marijuana.
Okay. And where is the location that you recovered the marijuana?
Inside his locker box.
Okay. And you said that you did a test kit, is that correct?
Right.
And the test kit returned positive for marijuana?
Right.
Okay. And how were you able to identify that particular box as Mr. Palmer's locker box?
Yeah, I know everybody has their own locker box assigned to a specific bunk and the locker box. Everybody have their own separate, and it was his own.
Okay, thank you. I have nothing further, Judge.
All right, Mr. Lewis.
Thank you, Judge. All right, Officer Jacob, good morning to you, first and foremost.
Good morning, sir.
Talk to me, if you would, please, about the locker box. Do the locker boxes of the prisoners have locks on them?
Yes, some of them have lock on it. Some don't put a lock. But at this time, when I checked, the locker box was open, and he was there. And I checked the locker box, and the contraband was hidden inside, wrapped with tissue paper, and hidden inside the locker
Hello?
box.
Can't hear,
Hello?
Judge. We might need to get a better connection because he can't hear a thing I'm saying.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, you can't? No, you can't hear me. You're talking about stuff, and I'm in the middle of trying to tell you, ask a question, and you're talking about something else. So I'm going to ask a question. Give me the answer to the question, if you would, if you know it. And then after you've given the answer, if there's a further explanation, I'm good with that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Question that I asked is: do the persons that are located in the Clayton County Prison in Lovejoy have lockers on their boxes? And I believe your answer was some of them. Is that right?
Yeah, no, they all have locker box, but depends. If he don't want to put his own, they'll give everybody have a lock. Or the inmate have a locker box, and they have the lock.
Okay, so all of the persons that are there have a locker box, and they also have an additional lock. Is that right?
Right, right.
Oh, great. And that in this particular case, with this particular box, the box was not locked. Is that correct?
Right.
Was the lock on the box and not locked, or just not on the box at all?
The box it was on the lock. It has a lock on it, but it was not locked.
Okay.
But
So can I conclude properly that there is a lock that is affixed to the box, even though it's not locked?
yes,
Okay, now I'm with you. All right. Now, you said that this box is in Mr. Palmer's living area. Is that correct?
right.
Are there other boxes in this living area?
Yes, they have two bunk up.
Are there other persons living in this area than Mr. Palmer?
Nobody on that bunk at that time. It's only in the zone. Only him that live in that area on that bunk.
All right. So now we're talking about a bed. Let's not go to the bed yet, because you're going to make me ask a whole bunch of questions about where the box is in relationship to the bed. So let me back up and ask the question again. In the living area, you say that the locker box is in the living area. Are there other persons that reside or live in the living area?
We have a different bunk. One
Okay.
inmate on the top, one down. But at this time, nobody, any other person there. Only him.
Your Honor, the officer has to be able to answer the question.
But he hasn't. That's the problem. He's not hearing the question.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. He's being argumentative. The officer is answering the question that he believes he's being asked. And if counsel is not getting the information he wants, then he is entitled to ask a different question. However, he's not entitled to cut him off.
He is by himself on that bunk.
Hold on, Mr. Jenkins. So he asked him how many, what was your question, Mr. Lewis?
Are there other persons residing in the living area?
Okay, Officer Jacob, just answer the question to the best of your ability as to whether other people reside in that specific area.
No, he's by himself in that area.
All right,
Okay.
next question.
All right, wonderful. When was the last time that you did your check of that area for contraband?
I can check anytime. It doesn't have the specific time to check. But at this time I check, anytime I call, I can any day, anytime I feel like make sure that inmate don't have no contraband in their. But
So,
at this very day, yeah,
Mr. Jacob, the question was when was the
contraband
last, Mr. Jacob, the question was when was the last time you checked?
before this time.
yes.
I check every day, but not his own. I check different inmates in different time.
Oh, I think I heard, but let me see if I can repeat it and you tell me if I heard correctly. The answer was that you check every day. Yes?
Yes, but not his own every day. But have a lot of inmates that you have to check their bar. At least you have to check one. You have to check make a check at least 5 inmates in a day, at least.
I
So
understand.
I don't turn and I find a contraband there.
So if I'm going to try to paraphrase correctly what you said. The answer is you don't know when you last checked this particular area where that box is. Is that correct?
No, the particular area the boss is.
Yes, sir.
Inmates are living the same bunk. Everybody assigned to their own bunk. And at this time that I checked, and then I got contraband from his own locker box.
Officer Jacob, when was the last time you checked Mr. Palmer's box? That's the question. Mr. Palmer's box. Before you found the alleged contraband, when was the last time you checked Mr. Palmer's box?
I think it's like a week or so, something like that.
All right.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Palmer, do other persons have access to the living area where the box is that you checked and found what you believe to be marijuana in?
Yes, other person, everybody, inmates are living together. The bunks are next to each other, but they have their own bunk assigned to each inmate. It's an open area, and they have each bunk next to each other.
So I understood your answer to be that yes, other persons who you describe as inmates have access to the area, correct?
Right.
And they have access because they are assigned to other bunks that are in the same area. Is that correct?
Right.
Were there other inmates in that week and a half period between your 2 checks of this box assigned to any other bunk in that area?
Say it again.
Surely. During the interval from the times that you checked this particular inmate's box, were there other inmates assigned to any bunks or had access to that box in that living area?
That I can't tell, but I know that every inmate have their own bunk. So when I make my search, I didn't find it those one I shared, but when I read this bunk, I find a contraband. So I don't know if they have access to go to his own bunk or not. That I can't tell. But I find a contraband in his own box, locker box.
All right. Thank you, Officer. That's all we need, Officer Jacob.
Thank you.
All right, any redirect?
No, Your Honor, just argument.
Okay. Any evidence on behalf of the defendant?
Judge, let me speak with the defendant, please, in the breakout room.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Lewis, you want to go in the breakout room?
Yes.
Mr. Palmer needs to be present. This hearing has concluded.
No, we're still in the middle of the hearing. He wants to talk for him.
Okay, no problem.
I'm gonna assign you both in there right now, actually, is what I'm doing. While he's speaking to his client, I see you joined us, Attorney Shy. You're muted. I can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have an announcement for me?
Yes, Your Honor. We just got hired on Mr. Thornton Thursday, and we got the warrants, some of the warrants yesterday, and we need some police reports. So I would ask for one-time continuance on this, please.
Okay. How much time did you need? Did you want a week, 2 weeks?
If we could have 3 weeks, I'd appreciate that.
All right. So September the 4th is probably just under the 3 weeks, the next available date. Did you want to do that?
Okay, that's fine.
Which date is it?
September 4th.
All right. Is that okay with you, Ms. Pitts, to have your officer ready for September the 4th?
Yes, I don't know of any conflicts that currently exist, Your Honor. And that is Tacurius Thornton.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
All right. So we'll use September 4th for Mr. Thornton, defendant's request.
And if I may, my paralegal just informed me, we need to be heard on the warrants as far as 24 CW 71489 and -91 and 98. I think those are the vehicle homicide warrants and some.
So he has another set of case of warrants. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am. They all took place out of the same set of warrants that we have before you right now.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're trying to make sure all of them on the same date.
We are going to be able to.
Am I understanding you correctly? He has another set of warrants about the same incident, and you want to make sure they're all on the same preliminary hearing calendar date?
Yes, Your Honor. Well,
Okay.
there was a vehicle accident, and what happened is sometime after the person that was hit, he died. So it's all part of the same transaction.
Okay. Yeah, no, I understand what you're trying to do. Yeah, if you would have your office contact the judicial assistant, and she'll get those cases on the same calendar.
We will. Thank you very much.
Okay, so that's the.
All right, you're welcome.
Have a great day. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, you're welcome.
And Your Honor, while we're in this brief break,
Thank you for tuning into this video. What do you think after sitting here listening to the video? Do you think the jailer was right in his assumptions that the defendant or the had contraband? Or do you think that it could have been somebody else in the jail, like the defense attorney asks? How many people have access to that locker in that facility? And he pinpointed that every inmate have their own locker. But what if somebody else had a locker, have access to his locker box, and they took advantage of him by putting their contraband in their locker box? It is his word against theirs. But if also there's politics in jail, you can't go around and say that's not mine, that was Roger's own, because it's politics. You got to be around these people. And in jail, especially jails like Clayton County, they have other contraband such as shanks. So you can't, even if it's somebody else's own, you can't be a snitch unless you about to get out and move to Alaska. You're gonna have to get away from Metro Atlanta, because these guys definitely have all different types of contraband in those jails. So nevertheless, this is Antonio with Team Tiggio. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. After you subscribe, of course, like these videos. The more likes we get on videos, you push these videos. Also, you can support the channel through Cash App, Super Chat. Put it in the comments. How do you think about the videos that we're producing? And once again, we'll see you in the next video.